why you feel spiritually exhausted, and what it actually means. Maybe you've been feeling spiritually exhausted lately. Not doubtful, not disconnected. Just tired of interpreting everything. Tired of trying to stay aligned. Tired of treating every event like it's a sign you have to decode. And maybe you don't even want to admit that out loud, because it feels like failure. But what if it isn't? What if your spiritual growth has quietly become your biggest source of stress? If that hits something in you, stay with me. Today we're going to talk about why spirituality can suddenly start to feel like pressure, and how to move out of that inner overdrive and back into something steady. Welcome to Spirita Vivo. Maybe you recognize yourself in some of that. Maybe not in every thought, but in that inner pressure. In that sense that you're constantly working on yourself, even when no one else sees it. Let me tell you about someone who experienced exactly this. It's 10:47 p.m. The kitchen light is still on. The rest of the house is dark except for a soft glow from the hallway nightlight. The dishwasher hums quietly. 2 lunchboxes are drying by the sink. Anna sits at the table with her journal open. 2 years ago, discovering spirituality felt like relief. After years of juggling meetings, school pickups, deadlines, and the quiet pressure of holding everything together, meditation gave her space. Journaling gave her clarity. The idea that she could consciously shape her life gave her hope. So she began writing her goals every night. A promotion, more financial freedom, a calmer home, a version of herself that didn't feel constantly overwhelmed. At first, small changes felt like confirmation, an unexpected compliment, a new opportunity appearing at just the right time. Conversations that felt aligned. She took them as signs. But over time, something shifted. When her promotion was postponed, she didn't just feel disappointed. She felt unsettled. Was this a test? Was she not aligned enough? Was she unknowingly blocking her own progress? Earlier that afternoon, her manager had said gently, "It's just not the right timing." She smiled. She said she understood. She stayed composed. But later, sitting at a red light, watching the glow reflect against her windshield, she whispered, "Is this resistance? Or protection?" Even frustration had to mean something. Even delay required interpretation. And that's when growth stopped feeling spacious and started feeling heavy. Not because her life was worse, but because she felt internally responsible for managing every outcome. She didn't just experience events anymore. She evaluated them. And constant evaluation is exhausting. Not loudly, quietly. Marcus lives differently, but the pattern is the same. He's 35. He works in tech. His apartment overlooks a city that never fully sleeps. His routine is structured: gym 3 times a week, meal prep on Sundays, productivity, apps neatly organized. A year ago, he decided he didn't want to live unconsciously anymore. He wanted depth. So he started listening to long-form podcasts about awareness and identity. He read about manifestation and mindset. He wanted to evolve deliberately. At first, it felt powerful. He noticed his triggers. He paused before reacting. He reframed negative thoughts. He felt sharper, more aware. But gradually, awareness turned into surveillance. He didn't just notice his emotions. He controlled them. A conflict at work became something to analyze. A bad mood became low vibration. A date that didn't continue became misalignment. Even while laughing with friends, part of him watched himself. Am I authentic enough? Am I aligned enough? Am I growing fast enough? Growth turned into performance, and performance drains you. Not immediately, but steadily. One evening, after closing his laptop, city lights flickering through the window, he sat in silence longer than usual. No podcast, no music, just quiet. And something uncomfortable surfaced. He didn't feel inspired. He felt empty. Not because he lost direction, but because he hadn't stopped optimizing himself for months. Here's what most people misunderstand about spiritual exhaustion. It rarely comes from losing belief. It comes from trying to control evolution. Growth moves in phases. First comes discovery. Everything feels meaningful. Then comes control. You try to maintain that feeling. You apply techniques. You track your progress. And if intensity stays high for too long, collapse follows. Not dramatic collapse, quiet collapse. Nothing feels special. Nothing feels guided. The emotional highs fade. And that silence feels like disconnection. But collapse isn't punishment. It's detachment. You're not losing connection to something greater. You're losing dependency on constant emotional confirmation. When you interpret every event spiritually, your nervous system never fully rests. Self-monitoring feels conscious, mature, responsible. But biologically, it's still tension, low-level vigilance. And when that state lasts too long, the body protects itself with fatigue. Burnout doesn't always come from doing too little. Sometimes it comes from trying to grow too fast. From forcing transformation before integration is complete. Integration doesn't feel expansive. It feels ordinary. And ordinary can feel disappointing when you're used to intensity. Intensity can be addictive. The rush of insight, the high of meaning, the feeling of being guided. But your nervous system adapts, and when intensity fades, even if stability replaces it, your mind interprets that as loss. Anna didn't lose direction. She lost the emotional high. Marcus didn't lose awareness. He lost constant mental stimulation. That's the difference. Spiritual growth, like physical training, requires recovery. Without integration, expansion becomes strain. Maybe you don't need another insight right now. Maybe you need stillness. Maybe you don't need another confirmation. Maybe you need nervous system safety. This exhaustion could be your system trying to move you from intensity to integration, from striving to settling, from decoding life to simply living it. So what can you do? Not more, less. For 7 days, stop trying to manifest anything. No affirmations, no decoding random events, no pressure to stay high vibration. Just live. Notice where growth feels like obligation. Notice where awareness turns into control. And ask yourself gently, if I stop trying to improve for a while, who would I already be? Who remains when optimization pauses? Maybe this isn't failure. Maybe it's integration. Maybe you're not stuck. And maybe you're between identities. And that space doesn't feel magical. It feels neutral. But neutrality is often maturity. Before you go, what feels heavier right now? Your life or your effort to improve it? This is Spirita Vivo, where spirituality grows up with you. If this conversation met you where you are tonight, I'm grateful you're here. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next episode.